In this day and age in social media, it has got to a point now that almost any time anyone leaves any form of criticism, even if it is constructive criticism, they're immediately just bashed and called a hater by the person they're giving criticism to. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that leaving criticism is always necessarily the correct thing to do, but the thing is that I do believe personally that criticism can be a good thing. And if someone posts a lift, for example, or does something, and someone with maybe as much knowledge as them, or maybe even more knowledge than them, leaves some form of constructive criticism, you see a lot of the time the person that is on the receiving end of the criticism immediately just then goes and makes a Facebook post about haters and about how haters are their motivation and all this kind of generic kind of nonsense. And it's something that really bothers me, and it's got to a point now where you almost can't leave any form of criticism on any form of social media, or you're just straight away just labelled as a hater. And the thing is that personally I am not really on the receiving end of criticism an awful lot, to be honest. I'm really not. I mean, all of the people, all of you that are currently watching this video right now, I mean, you are all really awesome. Honestly, show a great deal of support. Probably more support than and say more kind things than I probably deserve. It's pretty awesome from all of you. So I've not really been on the receiving end of this a lot. I have been on, and for the most part I usually have agreed with the person leaving the comment. And I feel that we need to get back to a place where people can actually leave an opinion on a subject, or an opinion on what someone is doing, and maybe even some constructive criticism, and for that person not to get all butthurt, run away crying, and start labelling people as haters, and then going through all these motivational quotes about how haters are their motivators. It really isn't needed, and it is complete nonsense. Another thing on that as well is that leaving criticism or constructive criticism definitely can be a beneficial thing. For example, if someone is squatting high and consistently squatting high, and they maybe even don't think they are, maybe aren't even aware of it, and you just kind of pull them out on it and let them know, look, great squat, you're doing awesome, but I personally think you're cutting the depth a little bit, and just leaving a comment or leaving your opinion absolutely can be beneficial. For example, if someone left a comment on one of my deadlift PRs going, hey, great job mate, that was very good. However, I personally feel that if you implemented X, Y and Z Q, or did X, Y and Z instead of what you're currently doing now, I actually feel it would really benefit you. And then I would kind of analyse it, assess and be like, actually maybe this person's right. I try it out and it suddenly helps me and maybe adds 5 pounds to my deadlift. Well then, that person, constructive criticism has helped me out a lot, has made me a better lifter, and I would thank them for that. I wouldn't act like a little girl, go in the playground, start crying and start calling people haters. And it's just something that really annoys me, and it's really got kind of on my nerves recently. You're allowed to leave opinions, you're allowed to leave constructive criticism. If you do so properly. Make sure you are constructive, but definitely do it. And we need to get back to a time where people can say stuff without just being labelled and bashed as a hater, as it's nonsense, and it's just not true whatsoever.